Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview Sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be joined by our host, the inventor of the infomercial and the original shark on the hit TV series Shark Tank, Kevin Harrington. Kevin, thanks so much for being here.
Great to be here. And boy, I tell you, we have a very special guest today. I'm excited to welcome.
Amen to that. That is an understatement for sure. Michael Gerber's E-Myth books have been named by the Wall Street Journal as the single most influential business books of all time. His companies have coached, mentored, trained, and facilitated more than 100,000 business clients in 145 countries. His books are, again, among the top-selling books of all time on New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Business Week, Inc. magazine, and so many more. Inc. magazine first called Michael Gerber the world's #1 small business guru. Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm delighted. Thank you. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Kevin.
So, Michael, what was the motivation for your E-Myth book? Where did the inspiration come from?
Well, the inspiration came from the launch of the very first small business coaching company on the planet, which was the Michael Thomas Corporation. I founded it in 1977. My God, that goes back a long ways.
Yeah.
In 1977, and we set out our mind to, as I called it, transform the state of small business worldwide. And the motivation for transforming the state of small business worldwide came from the obvious fact that small businesses fail, not sort of, but persistently, consistently, continuously, by the millions. And
Yep.
because of that, the question is raised, so what's missing in this picture? So what's going on here? So why is it that so few small businesses, so few startups ever go beyond the first year? 77% of all startups fail in the first year. Now think about that. That was the motivation. So we went to work on that notion, what's missing in this picture, and then began to formulate what we perceived to be was missing in this picture. It ultimately led us to what I now call the Eightfold Path. And the Eightfold Path is our prescription for every single individual who ever imagined they would become an entrepreneur. Pursue religiously. And that Eightfold Path was very, very simple. Well, simple as I stated, but not simple as they do it.
Yep.
First step in the Eightfold Path, I have a dream. The second step, I have a vision. The third step, I have a purpose. And the fourth step, I have a mission. Now, when you talk to all the experts, Kevin, they bring all those words together and they confuse them.
Right.
In our case, we explicate the difference between them. First, I have to have a dream. That's the great result I'm here to produce. Second, I have to have a vision. That's a picture, a clear picture of how I'm going to produce that great result. The third is the purpose underlying all of that. In fact, what is the great outcome for those two very critical steps? And finally, the mission is the system that's critical for any of that to occur. So we created a methodology: the dream, vision, purpose, mission, the job, the practice, the business, the enterprise.
Right.
So you know, I know, everyone knows who has ever been involved in the process of business, that in fact, that is a process of a company of one to a company of 1,000. I call it the evolution of an enterprise. I'm saying something quite different than every expert on the street. I'm saying that everyone is born with an entrepreneur within. I'm saying that every human being is born to create. Now, I happen to believe that we're born in the image of God. And if we're born in the image of God, we are born to create. And if we're born to create, we're born to create a world fit for God.
You've helped over 100,000 small businesses create, just like you're describing. What are some of the biggest challenges that they're encountering when they're trying to e-myth their business, when they're trying to follow the eightfold path?
Well, the greatest challenges are twofold. One, the experts tell them that only 2% of people on the planet are entrepreneurs. Ergo, they're not. And secondly, all of their habituated ways of thinking that have been inculcated in them from the time they were born. And so they have all of that they have to go against. To understand what has to happen when somebody reads the E-Myth Revisited, they're introduced into a completely new world. Not sort of, but completely. A completely new world. And that's why two things have occurred. One, when the Wall Street Journal says it's the most influential book ever written on business, it's quite a profound thing to say. I'm quite proud of that. It's had that profound impact on the people who read it. That profound impact, however, has to be sustained. And so sustaining that impact becomes a very real job of the coaching and mentoring system we've invented. Without that coaching and mentoring system, everybody forgets. We all know that. Every single one of you know that. The genius, and I say the genius, of a expanded entrepreneurial capability is that I never forget. So I know when I look at Kevin, Kevin never forgets. Mm-hmm. It lives inside of him every moment of every day. Seth, I don't know you as I know Kevin, but by what you've told me about your history, I know you never forget. And when you do forget, you remind yourself. The world reminds you. The triggers remind you. And they say to you, remember why we're here. Remember what we're here to do. Remember the great result you're here to produce. Don't be confused by all the ancillary projects in the way. The great result, the great result, the great result, the great result. Mine to transform the state of small business worldwide. And in order to do that, to transform the state of entrepreneurial development worldwide. And once having done that, to transform the state of economic development worldwide. Just imagine if what I'm saying is true, that we truly can transform the economic reality of the world from the bottom up. That's been my mission. That's what we're here to do.
Very powerful, very powerful. I love it. I mean, you started this company in the 70s, right? So
1977.
77. Now, you haven't retired yet. Huh? Are you semi-retired?
No. Come on, Kevin. Come on. You don't retire from the purpose of your life.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm here for that purpose. I'm not here to be in business. I'm here for the purpose that I've just described. I'm here to fulfill my dream.
You've had such an incredible journey. What has been most surprising to you along the way about the influence and impact of what you've created?
Well, the most surprising is the profound I'll say the profundity of the impact where it's truly taken hold. When I look at companies like 1-800-GOT-JUNK, or when I look at companies like BNI, Dr. Ivan Meisner, when I look at companies that have literally done my book, when I look at my HVAC contractor who's, excuse me, who has read the E-Myth Revisited by his statement 39 times and applied it religiously to the development of his company to the point where he built it and sold it 27 times and is now on his 28th at 150 million in revenue. And when he is asked, how did you do that? He said, read the book, read the book. So that's the most striking. The contradiction to all of that is how difficult it is to get everyone to see it. And of course, when you have so many experts say yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, and when you have so many ordinary people saying yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, yes, but, and when you understand that yes, but is a reality that just stifles the spirit of entrepreneurship, the spirit of creativity and innovation worldwide, you very, very quickly come to understand the contradiction between a Dr. Ivan Meisner, who read it when he had 2 people in his kitchen in BNI working, and he read the book and boom, suddenly he saw it, and he's done it ever since worldwide. The difference between the two is so staggeringly remarkable that you just wish, what does it take for somebody to see it like Ivan did?
Yeah, I know Ivan, great success story there. So Dave, the amount of content that you've been creating for all these years, books and videos and events and all of this, is there any new book or possibility of something coming out from you, or do you basically like to just practice what you preach, which has been your business all along?
Well, I practice what I preach, and I don't. So you understand, with a creative mind, you're always ahead of the curve. Our curve now is something strikingly original. And please, I say that humbly. I don't say that egotistically, but we call it Radical You. Radical You is our school for the development of entrepreneurs. Radical You is, in fact, the school online for entrepreneurial development. I've been working on Radical You for the past 6 years. We have the first 4 years completed. We're working on the 5th year. It's a 5-year school. Within the school, we're teaching the 8-fold path. And so year 1 in Radical You is the dreaming room, the dream, the vision, the purpose, the mission. Year 2 is called the job, and that's your client fulfillment system. Year 3 is called the practice, and that's called your franchise prototype. Lead generation, lead conversion, client fulfillment. So in the practice, we're going to work on the franchise prototype to turnkey a company of 1. Year 4 is called the business. And the business is nothing other than up to 7 turnkey practices. Get that? A business is nothing other than up to 7 turnkey practices. So if the chiropractic practice, lead generation, lead conversion, client fulfillment, the financial advisor practice, lead generation, lead conversion, client fulfillment. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is explicitly how you do it, completely documented, completely tested, completely validated. When we get to the business now, we're replicating that practice 7 times, plus a turnkey management system. So now we're formulating the prototype of the business. Once we complete that step 4 in Radical U, we move on to the enterprise. And the enterprise is nothing other than up to 7 turnkey businesses. Ergo, 49 turnkey practices, plus a turnkey leadership system. So no one has ever explicated the way you take a company of 1 to a company of 1,000, step by step by step by step. 52 weeks a year in Radical U, 52 videos, 1 each week, instructing our student on how to do this, how to do this, how to do this, how to do this. There's never been a more expletive, in words, design for entrepreneurial development on the planet. So that's one core component of NewCo. The second core component of NewCo is what we call the vertical market. And so we started out in 2005 with creating our very first vertical market E-Myth book. And that was the E-Myth Attorney. And that was co-authored by a couple of attorneys who have applied the E-Myth toward their practice immensely successfully. And we wrote the book on it. The second was the E-Myth Chiropractor. The third, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are now 20 vertical market books,
Nice.
each of which will become a business format franchise as we roll it out. That's
Gotcha.
the second component
Nice.
of what we're here to do.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
Well, you are a legend in the business, and a lot of us owe a great deal to you. We greatly appreciate your time. For our folks watching and listening who want to learn more about Radical U in the program, where should we send them?
Simply go to michael@michaelegerber.com or Michael E. Gerber Companies or Luzdelia, Luzdelia at michaelegerbercompanies.com.
All right.
And I'm sure if you check with Luzdelia, she'll give you another address.
Understand. Well, we greatly appreciate your time. It has been an honor and a pleasure. I got a page of notes already. I can't wait. I thought I was doing a good job. Now I see there's a whole nother level to take it to. Kevin, thank you always for the show. Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Good luck, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Great to see you. Take care.
A pleasure. Take care.
Bye-bye, man.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.